everybody! I hope you've all had a very successful and fun Iron Banner and have gotten to at least rank 4 because this video is all about the Iron Banner rocket launcher. When I first saw this rocket launcher, I was really intrigued by it because it has a really big blast radius. Plus, you can reforge it and get whatever stats you want on it. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna get it. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys my reforged rocket launcher. I'm gonna be showing you the rocket launcher as it comes, just straight up. I'm gonna be telling you guys what stats, what perks you can actually get on the rocket launcher so you can be fully informed before you start spending those motes. Plus, I'm gonna be doing a review of the rocket launcher and showing you guys some footage of me using it in the Crucible. So what you're gonna find on the straight vanilla rocket launcher from the Iron Banner is confined launch, linear compensator, and hard launch. You're also gonna have tripod, which means that you can hold 3 shells instead of just 1, which is very, very good. In the 3 little drop down perky things, you have fit as stock, which gives you increased stability, single point sling, which makes you aim faster and switch weapons faster, and snapshot, which makes you able to bring up your weapon super fast. And then the last little perk that you have is grenadier. Now on my reforged rocket launcher, I have aggressive launch, smart drift control, and counter mass, and then I have tracking, which is what I really wanted because I want to use this for PvP, and then I have fitted stock, which increases your stability, heavy payload, which increases the blast radius, and javelin, which increases the velocity, and then I have grenadier. Now in my opinion, these are not the best perks for the rocket launcher. I just didn't want to spend 5 billion motes trying to get this perfect rocket launcher. But if I could have any of the perks and get my ideal rocket launcher, I would have tracking, which is important for me just because I mostly want to use it in PvP, and I find that if I use a rocket launcher that doesn't have tracking, it's pretty difficult sometimes when you're playing against people that know how to dodge rockets. And then I would either want clown cartridge, which makes it to where every time you reload you have a chance of granting a larger magazine than usual, which is really good for this launcher because it only holds 1 in the tube. And then I would either want that or spray and play, which makes it to where you reload faster when the mag is empty, obviously for the same reason, with it only holding 1. Or I would want who's next, which makes it to where when you get a kill, you reload faster. So I would want those. Those would be the best just because the whole situation with only having 1 rocket is a problem. It's not a huge, gigantic deal, but you can't just spam your rockets like I would with other launchers. I have to actually kill someone and run away and reload, which is a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, but it's not a huge deal. But if I could build my perfect rocket launcher for this, I would choose those perks. So that's just my idea of a perfect rocket launcher. I will put a link in the description for you guys to go and check out, which shows you every single perk, every single upgrade that you can possibly have on the rocket launcher. So if you do want to reforge and find something different to the vanilla one that you get, you will be fully informed as to all of your options. Now moving on to the actual review of this rocket launcher, because all of this information is completely useless if I just turn around and say, yeah, so the rocket launcher just sucks. Why are you going to spend glimmer and motes on something that is just like ass cracker balls? Why would you do that? No one would do that. So my first experience of a rocket launcher was actually Gjallarhorn. That was my first one just because Gjallarhorn loves me. I know, I'm sorry, I know so many of you want Gjallarhorn, but we all have our soulmate guns in Destiny, and Gjallarhorn is mine. They keep giving me them. They keep giving me them, and I appreciate it. It's an awesome weapon, but I don't need any more. But that was my first experience. So a lot of rocket launchers in comparison to Gjallarhorn kind of suck. But luckily I've had experience with Hunger of Crota and Vanguard ones and Crucible ones, so now I do have a better understanding of rocket launchers. And I was actually pretty impressed with this rocket launcher. I think the best thing for me to compare it to is Hunger of Crota, just because they both have tracking. That's probably like really bad. I'm comparing them because they both have tracking. But all of the other rocket launchers that I've had that are legendary do not have tracking. So it's the best one for me to compare it to. And what I found with Hunger of Crota a lot of the time is that it sort of tracked people and it would explode sort of near them. But a lot of the time it wouldn't kill them. It's very easy to dodge rocket launchers when you're in the Crucible, and Hunger of Crota, I would sometimes have 3 rockets and shoot it and none of them would kill anyone. And that might just be because I suck, but I don't tend to have that issue with this rocket launcher. Of course it happens sometimes. You're gonna have some moments where you're like, what are you doing? Right, your tracking just goes, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you, and then it just flies off into the moon or something. But you will have those moments, but I find that those moments happen a lot less. And I think that that is down to the blast radius of the rocket launcher. It has the most blast radius. You can't get any more blast radius-y than this blast radius. So I think that even if it explodes somewhat near them and doesn't directly impact them, it will actually kill them because the blast radius is so freaking big. Now, the major downfall of this rocket launcher is that it does only have one rocket in the tube, one shell, whatever it's called. It only has one. So after you shoot your first rocket, you have to reload. So you can't just run in there and you're like, I got rockets for days, and just start spamming them at people, because you need to reload the rocket launcher. So you do have to be a little bit more reserved, kill someone, step back, reload, and go and do it again. But it's kind of a downfall, and you can have perks that definitely make it a lot better, which is why I urge people to reforge to try and get those clown cartridges and the spray and play and who's next and stuff like that, because it will really help. But I don't have that, and honestly, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. I still think that the way that the rocket launcher performs can completely outdo the fact that you only have one rocket. Another thing that I really like about this rocket launcher, comparing to Hunger of Crota again, if you're wearing a piece of armor that makes you able to hold more heavy ammo, Hunger of Crota only lets you hold 6. That's my experience with it anyway. If it's different for any of you guys, then I guess my game's just broken. But this one actually lets you hold 7, which is the same as Gjallarhorn. It lets you hold 7 at a time. So I really like that. When you go into the Crucible and you pick up heavy ammo, you get 4 rockets instead of 3, which I really like. So all in all, I think it's a really solid rocket launcher, especially as you're basically getting it for free. I know you have to pay Glimmer, which is the opposite of getting it for free, but you don't have to like grind for it, really. Okay, you have to get to rank 4. But okay, everything I just said makes no sense. I just really like the rocket launcher, okay? I just like it, and it's now my go-to when I'm using a legendary launcher in the Crucible. So I would definitely recommend that you pick it up. You might as well go grind some Glimmer, go pick it up. If you want to reforge it, go ahead and do it, because I think it's definitely worth it. But honestly, I think that because the blast radius is so freaking big, even if you don't have tracking on it and stuff like that, you will still find it pretty useful, especially as the vanilla rocket launcher that you get has the ability to hold 3 rockets. So you might not have tracking, but you can hold 3 rockets. So if you don't kill someone the first time, you can just spam rockets at them. It's a win-win situation. It's a win all around. So that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you're all able to go and pick it up, because it's definitely worth it. And I'll speak to you awesome people later. Bye!